Welcome to Breckenridge, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Ricky Battenberg. We have the second meeting of the Breckenridge Vipers and the Midtown Mafia out of New York. Breckenridge coming off a tough 10-3 rout last evening at the hands of the visiting New Yorkers. Going to leave it to the public address. J.R. Engelbert getting the start for the Vipers. We're going to get a great anthem here from Greg Atkinson. Always sets the tone and brings us back to why we're doing it.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome to Hockey Night in Breckenridge. It's Saturday night, and we've got the second meeting of the Midtown Mafia versus the Breckenridge Vipers in this Mountain Hockey League action. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Whiskey Star, Smokehouse, Outer Range, Breckenridge Brewery, Broken Comforts, Angry James, Breckenridge Distillery, the Clear Brands, Breckenridge Grand Vacations, and their Hotel Imperial project. Thanks for joining us. I've got Auden Pierpoint in the booth with me this evening. You've got Jay Shields, voice of the Vipers, and that was the Pipes of the Vipes giving us the tone for the evening. Those of you who were with us last night, we have the Wizard himself, hot off his birthday. So we should get a nice production value here. Line one out here for the Vipers. I know they're looking to respond after that 10-3 rout last night. Sabota. Chips it along, and we're off. Senzo fires that on. Kozik clips it. Looks like he was trying to hold on to it, but just sent it aside. Two quick shots here from the Vipers. Mitch Bailey, he'll fling it around. Just out of the reach. Midtown the other way. Potter around. And two quick shots from the Vipers. Line two out here for the Vipers. Garrett Bailey Luke Noble and Eli Kendall. So Coach Bat doing a little shuffling of the lines, it looks like. Eli Kendall will try to take that off the wall. He'll control, shovel it along to Noble. Noble looks up for Kipper Kreider in his first game back in a Vipers uniform this season. That's sent around for Noble, who battles in the corner, but Midtown comes up with it. Wheeler now tried to make a move in the middle. That's kicked aside by JR. Kendall, he'll flip that high and out of the zone, but Midtown trying to get a little quick change on the regroup there. Unable to connect. Ivory now. Mike Ivory for Sogren. Sogren looking for Salaski, but that's just out of reach, and Kozak will be back to play. Sogren now. He'll wind it around for Salaski. Salaski off the skate of Day, but Midtown's able to contain. And England fires that on net. Big save, JR, first of the night. Lenard now working on. And that's going to go the length of the ice. No icing, as that was just a misconnected pass. And both teams will change. Blankenship are Alaskan for the Vipers. Getting his first shift here in the first period as Midtown controls. Bobbling puck in front of JR. He'll cover that up and we'll get a face-off just to his left. 16:46 remaining in the first period. Thank you, those at home and across the world, joining us to check in on Mountain Hockey League action. That face-off is controlled by the Vipers. Sinclair over to Rhodey to Blankenship. That's broken up. Hawkins will send it low. Naraki, he'll bring it out. Gain the zone, trying to one-hand it through the neutral zone, but that's broken up. Hawkins now to Sinclair. Sinclair to Sabota. Sabota back to Hawkins. Asenzo. Round for Mitch Bailey. Rocky. One from Mullen. And that puck is bobbled around the neutral zone, and Midtown gonna have to tag up, but still get a shot that's wide into the corner and hard around. That's gonna go down. Vipers go for a change. Line 2 out here for the Vipers in the form of Noble, Bailey, and Kendall. That's G, as we call him. 2 Baileys, unrelated. And hard into the board does Gallo go, and we've got a hand in the air. It looks like the Vipers are going to go to the power play here early in the first period, and it's going to be a tripping call. Blanchett gonna go for a trip, and we've got our first Vipers power play. Notably not in the lineup tonight, Ison Nee got the call from a junior team to go chase the dream. So Ison Nee not in the lineup this evening, so coach having to shuffle the lines. We've got a, oh, Audie's got some fancy, we've got a bench shot here. And we're gonna reload that one. Fans love it, puck in the stands. Fans are loving it. PP1 out here for the Vipers. Garrett Bailey, Noble. That's one back to Kendall, who rims it around. Gallo, he'll control, looking for help. Gallo, down for Kendall. Kendall from the corner. He'll dish it to Noble, who wheels behind the net. He'll find Kreider. Kreider, he'll looking for Kendall, but just out of his reach. Gallo, he'll shove it along, and Kendall able to recollect. Kendall for G. G up to Kreider. Kreider across for Gallo. Gallo, he'll flip one on, rebound. That's collected by Midtown, and they'll go the other way. Shot just wide, and that'll clear the zone. .45 seconds remaining in the penalty. Vipers' second power play unit comes over the boards for Coach Battenberg. Mitch Bailey now. He'll look, find Micah Reed. Wide open. And that's kicked aside deftly by Jonah Hawkins. My apologies, Jonah Hawkins. Sinclair now. That is sent all the way out, and 9 seconds remain in the penalty to Blanchett. 13:20 remain in the first period. 0-0 shots, 3-2 favoring the Vipers. A little bit of a different looking game this evening than we saw last night. Senzo will win it back for Jonah. Jonah to Sabota. Sabota, he'll rim it around, and we are back to 5-on-5 hockey. That's poked along. And chance now through the slot. Big save. JR able to toss that one aside. And just at the tail end of that power play, big chance from Midtown. That's poked out of trouble by Sinclair. Chipped out by Asenzo, who finds a shrieking Sabota, who's alone. Shot, score! And it's 1-0. Vipers. Sabota on the board with a big one over the right shoulder. And here we go. What a look and what a play from Dylan Sabota. The flip pass really looking good. I've got the playback here. Great look and great skate. Just a hard-working play. Dylan Sabota able to shovel that one over Kozik's shoulder, and it's 1-0 Vipers early. McMullen now. JR back to play it. JR, long time Viper. Sogren now, he'll enter the zone. Ivory, he'll put a shot just on. Foster, he'll carry the puck along, antagonize, and there's a loose puck that goes over the net. And shot, big save, rebound, and JR equal to the task. Don't know how that didn't go in. Shot through a screen, doesn't make it. Shot, JR, Engelbert, able to come up with that one. And Vipers looking for a change as Midtown reloads. Ricci. Well, we know they're dangerous. New York able to put 10 up last night, so Vipers looking for answers. Obviously, a lot of injuries for the Vipers and illness, so good teams find different ways to win hockey games, but tough sledding right now. 1-0, the Vipers lead. Gallo, 11-year Viper veteran, he'll control to Noble. Noble up for Kreider in his first game this season. That's turned over. G on the forecheck. He'll finish this man, but we've got a hand in the air, and it looks like we're going to have a Midtown power play here, folks. I'm not sure what the call is, but we've got a hand in the air, and it looks like we're going to have a Viper penalty kill. Garrett Bailey going to the box, and we've got 2 minutes for a hold. So 11:16 remaining in the first period. 1-0 Vipers shots, 5-4. Asenzo and Blankenship out there to kill this penalty. Shot through a screen, that's blocked away, and Asenzo will send it the length of the ice. Kozik back to play it. Heath now. Midtown will enter the zone, wheel the net, and set up the offense. Very patient in the offensive zone. That shot cross seam. Shot off the blocker and high. Midtown recovers. Shot, that's kicked aside by JR. And puck's rimmed around. Shot, big save, JR, and it's cleared. Kreider's able to clear the zone, and the Vipers will get a change. 50 seconds remain in this penalty kill. Midtown will reload. Both teams getting fresh legs on the ice. Mitch Bailey will send that the length of the ice, and Dylan Sabota, who had that first goal, is first on the puck on the penalty kill. 20 seconds remain. That's fired long, and Hawkins will send it the length of the ice. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. G out of the box. It's controlled by Midtown. Some nifty hands work at the high blue line there, able to control, but turned over and set the length of the ice. That should be an icing. Yeah, we're going to see an icing, so no change here for the Vipers. So we are going to have a defensive zone face-off here for the Vipers. Looks like Sabota got away with one there, hopping off. We are at the highest altitude rink in North America, so air is sparse. Midtown controls off the draw. Nyes, he'll rim it around. McLean. Sinclair now 2-on-1 with Kendall. Kendall flips it over to Kendall, but that's tipped aside, unable to create. G first on the forecheck there. McLean. Nice take there from Nyes to knock that down. But Hawkins is able to battle in the corner. G now. He'll maintain possession. Hawkins rims it around for Kendall, who taps it to Sinclair, up to Noble. Noble now leads the forecheck. And Midtown gains positive entry, 7:47 remains. And that puck will just come just out of the zone, so Midtown will have to reload, and Vipers get a change. Mike, Ivory, Salaski, and Sogren, line 3 coming over the boards for the Vipers. As Ricci looking for someone through the cross seam. That puck is put on. JR will cover. Your shots 8-5 favoring the Midtown Mafia. 7:22 remains. That face-off's controlled shot right off the face-off, and JR is equal to the task. Potter now, he's looking for a streaking Midtown opportunity there. Foster on the doorstep. Now from the high point shot, that's turned aside. Leonard, he'll protect, but that shot on, deflected into the corner. Leonard will collect. Leonard fires that into the corner off the ref. And that's tied up. And Midtown comes up with it. Big toe drag move to the middle, but JR not fooled and gobbles that one up. Gives the Vipers an opportunity to calm things down just a touch. And line 4 will come over the boards here in the form of Blankenship, Rhodey, and Joey J. Shot off the face-off. That's just high. Rhodey, he'll control, looking, but that's broken up. Gallo will fire it into the neutral zone, and that's regrouped. Kreider, he'll chip it along. 50-50 pucks in the neutral zone here. Both teams looking for break. Ingersoll now wheels it down for Blanchett. Blanchett, he'll wheel the net, looking for help. To Heath. That's flipped on net. Big rebound. Kicked aside. And still loose shot through a screen, and that's sent the length of the ice. And that will not be an icing. So J.R. Engelbert, very busy here in the first period, manages to maintain. Midtown just peppering JR. That shot just wide. Shot, another save, big save, 2 saves, 3 saves, and finally it is 1-1, and that is hammered home to bring it to a 1-1 tie. Blanchett with the third whack at it, able to put that one home to bring the score even. .518 remain in the first period. Face-off controlled by Midtown. Sinclair looking for Sabota. That's broken up. Englund now. Rimmed around to the high slot. Shot blocked. Bodie. Mitch Bailey looking for a streaking Asenzo, who's alone, all alone. Shot, big save from Kozik. And it remains 1-1. Good look there, stretch pass. Sauce Asenzo was able to knock it down and get an opportunity, but still a rolling puck. Not quite the move he wanted to make, but still a bang opportunity. Eli Kendall, G, and Noble will come over the boards here for the Vipers. Shot, tipped, rebound, just wide. And big hits, fans are into it. Noble, he'll pick that one up. Shot, that's covered up, still loose. Leonard, he'll wheel that around. And Leonard back to retrieve. Noble. Oh, JR out to play it. That could have been very dangerous, but Midtown able to recollect and finds himself alone in the slot. 2-1 Midtown as Potter finds himself with all kinds of time to pick a corner 3-on-1 and puts that over JR's shoulder. shots, 14-6 in favor of Midtown. Face-off controlled by Midtown. Ricci moves it up ice to Foster. Foster finds and hammers that on Ricci, looking for his second of the night. JR able to squeeze the post. 3:29 remain in the first period here. Again, let's thank our sponsors: Whiskey Star, Smokehouse, Outer Range, Breckenridge Brewery, Broken Compass, Angry James, Breckenridge Distillery, The Clear Brands, Breckenridge Grand Vacations, Hotel Imperial Project, Elemental Royalty, Atlas Communications, Atlas Identity Management, my apologies, New Frontier Communications, and JR able to gobble that one up. Not a quick signal there from the referee. Made me a little nervous, but JR gets a change, and Blankenship will take the draw. Turnover, JR, and 18 shots from this Midtown group. JR very busy in the first period. Blankenship with Joe Day and Rhodey. He'll win it back for Kreider. Kreider to Rhodey. Rhodey looking for Day. Day, he'll kick it up for Blankenship, trying to kick it in, but that's sent down by Foster. Gallo now, he'll retrieve to Day. Day, that's kicked into the neutral zone and sent the length of the ice. Hawkins dancing for it, loose puck in, and 2-on-1 the other way. Day and Mitch Bailey. Day, shot just wide. Iraqi now, looking for some room in the neutral zone. Dances in, shot. And Hawkins able to block that down. 2-on-2 the other way. Asenzo will lead the rush. He'll cut to the middle, looking for help. Buy some time, shot tipped by Sinclair. And great look there. Sinclair frustrated on the play, but good look from Asenzo as Sinclair going to the net redirected it into the top right corner. But Kozik able to knock that one down. I got a little color, and he actually headbutted that Kozik off the head. Big save. I'm told Kozik went to Shattuck St. Mary's. That is a institution, ladies and gentlemen, hockey school, so look to see him. Very tough to beat. Midtown now creating some offense out of nothing. He'll dance through the slot. JR rebounds, puck still loose, and Vipers diving on top of it, and we've got a whistle. And you gotta hand it to the Vipers, all selling out to keep that one out of the net with 1:34 remaining. Just getting shelled, but gotta love the heart from this Vipers squad. Senzo getting out of the net as the Mafia was giving them all they could handle. And 1:34 remaining in this Saturday night. It's hockey night in Breckenridge. Noble now. Noble. Oh, quick shot off the draw. That puck is loose in the slot, and JR will cover. And another dangerous scoring opportunity off the face-off. Kendall now in to take the draw. Eli Kendall, third season as a Viper. That is controlled. Kendall's able to flip it out, but not quite out. And turnover, G. 50-50 puck in the corner. as Micah pokes it along. Midtown able to hem him in the zone. Shot, tip, and score. Deflected just in front of JR to the off wing. And that will bring the lead to 2 as Midtown extends the lead. 3-1 Midtown. Little Vipers doing all they can, but hemmed in their zone. That shot was tipped just outside the crease and into the zone. Not a lot you can do about that one. Play is blown dead. We'll do it again here. Minute remaining in the first period. Thank you, those at home, for joining us. Face off one back to Kreider. Kreider to Gallo. Gallo to Kreider. Kreider, he'll find that's tipped in. And quick 2-on-1 chance here from Midtown. That's collected in the neutral zone. And big shots, blocker to save by JR, and that'll go the length of the ice. Kozak back to play it. Kozak will retreat behind the net. Slaski first on the puck. And fanned on it was Nyes, but no worse for the wear. Potter now. Potter looks, shot from a hard angle. That's kick side. Shot, save, wide. 5 seconds remain. Midtown, another shot. And that's whistled dead with 2 seconds remaining. And Vipers will have one more defensive zone face-off as Coach Bat sends line 1 over the boards for the last 2 seconds. Senzo, Mitch Bailey, and Dylan Sabota, who has the only marker for the Vipers. That face-off's tied up, and Mitch Bailey definitely sends it the length of the ice. Shots Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here at Stephen C. West Ice Arena. Here, 3-1, Midtown Mafia leads the Breckenridge Vipers in this Mountain Hockey League contest. Senzo, he'll win the draw back for Hawkins. Hawkins to Sinclair. Sinclair, he'll send it in. Senzo, he'll find Sinclair, back to Senzo. Good hard pressure here from the Vipers early. And the Midtown now the other way, that's broken up. Chipped along and 3-on-2 if they hurry. Midtown looking to reload. That stretch pass is picked up by Ricci. Ricci will control. Hawkins, though, able to shrug him off the puck. Sinclair, he'll flip that out to the neutral zone. Sinclair, Noble, he's shrugged off the puck, and they'll go the other way. Midtown shot, save. JR able to control. 18:36 remaining here in the second period. JR equal to the task there, able to gobble that up, and JR Engelbert, ladies and gentlemen, keeping the Vipers in this one. But you can hear it though? Oh, sorry folks, I can't hear myself in my ear, but it sounds like the sound is coming through, so I'll just keep jabbering along here. We're having some technical difficulties. 1-on-1, waiting for some help. That's tipped, and look like, I believe that went off the stick of Gallo, almost through the wickets of Engelbert, but he's able to hold on to keep this a 2-goal hockey game. Mitch, Bailey, Sabota, and Asenzo, along with Gallo and Bode and Kipper. Heath will send it along. Bode will collect off the glass. That's kept in. Controlled to the point. Point shot. That's blocked in front by Kreider. Unable to clear as Blanchett, who brings it to the front of the net, but that's whistled down. We've got a delayed call for an elbow on Sabota, and we'll see a Mafia power play here. Second power play opportunity for Midtown. 2 minutes for an elbow to Sabota. Senzo and Mitch Bailey, probably the two best penalty killers on the Vipers out there. Shot, that's wide. but held in the zone. That's rimmed around for McLean. McLean, he'll send it low. And that'll just exit the zone. So Midtown will have to reload. England, he'll leave it for McLean. McLean now to the high slot, waiting. Shot off the post and just stays wide. Bailey now on the rush, shorthanded. Takes his time, actually gets a hard shot on net, and Bailey making it very difficult for Midtown here. One-man penalty kill in the opposite end. Bailey comes up with it in the slot, turns, shots, rebound, score! And the Baileys get it done. G scoring to bring the Vipers within one on the short-handed penalty kill. Bailey really should get maybe 2 assists for that one with the hard forecheck, able to maintain possession in the offensive zone, worked the puck to the slot, shot it on net, and G there on the doorstep buries it home to bring the Vipers within one. Still 50 seconds remaining in the penalty to Sabota. Shot, big rebound, is not quite cleared. Midtown will set up the power play. Still 30 seconds remain. Shot cross crease, that's kicked aside off the side of the net. The rebound also turned aside. Kendall now, he'll send it the length of the ice. G and Kendall out here to kill. Still putting the pressure on. 5-on-4 are the Vipers. G picks that pass off, and we've got a high stick. Hand in the air. G is down. He'll get up slowly. Not sure where that caught him, maybe in the more sensitive area, or I'm looking at maybe a wrist, but I think we're getting a hooking call is the call. So Vipers will go on the power play for the first time. And line 1, PP1 out here for Coach Bat. In their first power play opportunity is Senzo. He'll win that back, but Midtown controls off the draw. That's sent the length of the ice. JR will tee it up. Hawkins for Sinclair. Sinclair will chip it along. Vipers trying to establish a offensive zone. Senzo back up from his knees, able to regain control. Sinclair trying to make a move, but gets his pocket picked in 2-on-1 the other way, shorthanded now. That's sent aside, looking for help. And Bodie now out of the box, shot, blocker saved away and sent the length of the ice. 1 minute remain in this Viper power play. That is collected and loose puck. JR able to cover that. 52 seconds remain in the Viper power play. And the penalty to Ricci for the slash on G. Noble, G, Kreider, Eli, and Gallo out here for Coach Bat on the power play. Noble, that face-off is controlled by Midtown. Shot, blocker to save. G, he'll leave it for Gallo, who will wheel the net. Gallo, he'll shrug off the check. Contain, he'll find Kreider, who Noble now, zone entry, 3-on-2. Kendall through the slot, nice pull, makes a move, but unable to finish. Nice save there. Kreider from the blue line trying to make a move. He'll contain Kendall. He'll walk to the slot. Backhand to Kreider. Shot. Loose puck in the slot. Oh, it just couldn't get a handle on it. But good offensive pressure here from the Vipers in the twilight of this power play. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Gallo will slow things down behind the net. G. He'll bring it out and circle back, doesn't like what he sees. Sends it around for Sogren, but just out of his reach. So Midtown does such a great job regrouping and really neutral zone attack. That's poked ahead, but Sogren loses his stick. He'll kick it, but Salaski unable to knock it down. Great effort there. Salaski finds Mitch Bailey in the slot, but that's broken up. Salaski, he'll leave it around for Senzo now. He'll regroup. Hawkins finds Mitch Bailey at the blue line. Nifty play there from Mitch Bailey to tuck it around. Midtown on their heels a little bit here as Hawkins now. Vipers put some pressure on Midtown. That's saved. Shot still heavily in favor of Midtown, 29-9, but the Vipers do have some life. 12-13 remaining in the second period as Blankenship, Joey Day will shovel that on net, and Kozik will gobble that up. We'll do it again. Rhodey playing right wing with Blankenship. Blankenship in to take the draw. That's rimmed around. And to the shot slot, that's deflected high off the glass. Sinclair will retrieve. Rhodey will pick it up, 3-on-2. Day leading the rush. He'll chip it in low. First on the puck. Day heavy on the puck. It's deflected behind the net. Blankenship will throw it to the middle, but that's tipped aside. Sinclair with a tip and 2-on-1 the other way. Ricci now, he'll shot. That's deflected into the upper netting, and we'll get a face-off in the defensive zone for the Vipers. Second line coming over the boards. Thanks for joining us at home and around the world. Face-off is controlled by the Mafia. Trying to pull it to the net is Blanchett, but that's broken up. Big hit, and 3-on-2 the other way. Kendall. He'll look at the shot, hard angle shot. That's just wide, and that's gonna clear the zone, no icing. Gallo back to retrieve. Gallo for Bailey. G will send it along. And Kozik back to play it. As shot dangled, he'll bring it to the front of the net, but that's picked up by JR. Gallo will just move it along. G now, 3-on-2. G, shot. That's kicked aside. Noble finds Kreider in the high slot. He'll send it low. Midtown flipping it to the neutral zone. That's taken out of the air by Blanchett, but unable to gain the zone. Shot right into the logo. 9:54 remaining in the second period. Right into the logo. Shots 30-11 in favor of the Mafia, New York visitors, who dominated the Vipers last night, but different story this evening. Vipers looking like have a fighting chance. Lasky now. He'll send it low, and Kozak forced a blocker that to the corner. Ivory, he'll send it in for Sogren, who leaves it for Selaski. Selaski. That's 50-50. Selaski trying to jam it in the jam it in. Kozak seals the post and into his pads. And we'll get a offensive zone face-off here. First line for the Vipers coming over the boards. Please join us for the official Vipers after party at Ollie's Pub and Grub, longest standing sponsor of the Vipers. Just tipped shots and just sticked aside by Kozak. Senzo found himself alone on the doorstep. Kozak reached back, able to deflect that aside. Shot, backhander is kicked aside. Senzo, shot, tipped, just high. Mitch Bailey now from the corner. He'll send it to the net. That's kicked aside. Leonard now, Senzo, he'll rim it around. Kozak back to play it. Kozak looking for McLean. But Vipers hard on the forecheck. Senzo now, he'll find a streaking Hawkins, but didn't look like he got as much of that as maybe he wanted, but still a very dangerous chance, and the Mafia will ice the puck, unable to change. And Vipers will get some fresh legs out there. Shots now 16-30, 8:38 remaining in the second period. G, Kendall, and Noble. Kendall to take the draw. Kendall will win it to G. G back for Hawkins. That's tipped just wide. Nice. Noble will pick that off. Kendall, he'll reload. Finds Noble in the G from the high slot. Dangle shot, blocker to side. Vipers putting some real pressure. G now, he'll regroup with Sinclair. Sinclair to Hawkins. Hawkins entered the zone. Trying to chip it in, but that's batted to sound, and Midtown will go the other way. Driving hard to the net, shot, big kick save from JR as he beat him to the post. A JR with a huge save to keep this a one-goal hockey game. And now Blankenship, he'll walk to the middle, toe drag, still loose puck. Gallo fired. Potter blocking that one aside. Blankenship, toe dragged. Joe Day on the forecheck. That's going to be waved off for icing, as they say G could get for it. Sorry. Gallo tried to rim it all the way around. Sogren now back to retrieve. Sogren, he'll leave it for Gallo. Bank pass for Ivory, who chips it ahead. Ivory first on the puck. Ivory, that's tipped out, but Ivory will find Kreider. Kreider now, shot, that's blocked. Midtown, oh, good anticipation there from Sogren to knock that out from a possibly dangerous play, create some offense. Sogren now again will keep it in the zone. He'll send it along for Selaski. Selaski trying to send it along, just flipped over his stick, and the Mafia send it along. Blanchett now. Blanchett looks to reload. Blanchett for Ricci. Ricci, that's poked by Leonard, and Leonard able to gather it up, finds Mitch Bailey. Bailey, he'll come up with it. Bailey finds Asenzo. Asenzo finds Bailey. Bailey shot, deflected just high into the corner. Sabota. And hard to the net, shots, big save. 2 saves. JR able to kick that one aside. Asenzo trying to wheel that one around, but nobody home. Mafia now putting some pressure. The shot that's wide. Vipers caught on a long shift here. Shot, blockered into the corner. Sabota, he'll come up with it. He'll send it the length of the ice. And we will not have an icing as that rolling puck made contact with the net, so Vipers able to change. JR, he'll leave it for Sinclair. Sinclair to G. G to Kendall. Kendall enter the zone. To the slot, shot, leaves it for Noble, who fires one on just short side save. G recollects, he'll find Sinclair in the middle, shot, that's just wide. And that's set the length of the ice. Sinclair back to retrieve, 4:31 remain. Sinclair will find Kendall. Kendall looking for Hawkins, but that's just wide. Oh, a quick chance here. And that's broken up, and we've got a hand in the air. Looking a hook, I believe this will be on the Vipers, folks. 4:17 remaining. And yes, we are gonna have a hook to Kendall. Shots now 19-33 in favor of Midtown. Kendall doesn't like the call, but 4:17 remain, and we will see the penalty kill for the Vipers for, I believe, the 3rd time this evening. Kreider, Asenzo, Gallo, and Blankenship out there for Coach Batts. Kill this one off. Face-off controlled by Midtown. Midtown. Ingersoll. That shot is tipped aside. Controlled by Midtown. McLean. McLean. A little catch at the high slot. Ingersoll for Nyes. Nyes back to Ingersoll. Tries to pull it to the middle, and toe drag trying to roof that one. Off JR's pad, puck was floating in the air, and JR grabs it out of the air to get a whistle. Nifty play there from Ingersoll to, while skating backwards, toe drag, trying to roof it, but off JR's pad, and JR able to glove that one down. Mitch Bailey. Face-off controlled by Midtown. McLean. Sent over for Nyes. Nyes. Back to Nyes. Shot to McLean. McLean, he'll shot. That's JR with the glove save. And that's unable to handle that is Midtown. McLean. Shot. Tipped. That's blocked by Bailey. Graham now. Graham find Ingersoll. Ingersoll. Cross looking for McLean, but couldn't get all of it. And that's sent the length of the ice by Kreider. 25 seconds remain. Great kill. Kozak out to play it, trying to catch the Vipers in a change here. And Sabota will send it the length of the ice. 15 seconds remain in the power play for, and Kendall out in 10 seconds here. 2:25 remaining in the second period. 3-2 Midtown. Sinclair. Kendall. Kendall now. He'll walk, shot, that's blocked. McMullen turn it over to G. G unable to collect that one. G, he'll rim it around for Kendall, who's on the forecheck. Nyes. He'll send it over for Potter. Potter looking for help. He'll throw it to the front of the net, but that's deflected. Ricci now. Kendall, he'll send it the length of the ice. I believe that should be an icing here, so no change for the Vipers. 1:26 remain in the second period. Shots 34-19. Much closer match than we saw last night. Vipers, real gutsy effort here. Kendall in to take the draw, some tired legs for the Vipers. Unable to change on that icing. Blanchett now brings it to the slot, loose puck, and then JR able to gather that up and gets a whistle for those tired legs of the Vipers. Long shift for them and able to get a change. So line one able to come out for the Vipers. Minute 14 remaining. These last minute in every period so important for momentum in any hockey game. Asenzo to take the draw. That is out of the zone. Midtown, they'll send it around. And Asenzo to control. Asenzo, he'll find Bailey, who gets just a piece of it. And they're gonna say that's icing. Bailey doesn't like it, as I think he thought he was on the other side of the line. So we'll get an icing call here with 53 seconds remaining. Asenzo. Win it back for Leonard. Leonard to get it to Bodie. Bodie sends it low. Bouncing puck, Kozak will glove that, even though very much wide, to get an offensive zone face-off here. Gallo for Asenzo. He'll send it around for Bailey. Bailey, so good on the puck. Bailey trying to flip it to the slot. That bouncing puck, Midtown will come up with it. Blanchett now, he'll leave it. And the play is blown dead. I'm not sure what the call was for. I believe the net was off as Gallo blew a tire. And we saw I believe the net came off, so they readjust the net, and we'll do it again. 16 seconds remain in the period. Sogren in to take the draw. That's one back to Gallo. Gallo, he'll rim it around for Ivory, who 10 seconds remain. Kreider electing just to eat it, 5 seconds remain. Vipers just looking to get out of this period with a 1-goal deficit. And shots 34-19 as the Vipers able to climb one step closer and keep this a 1-goal hockey game here in Breckenridge, Colorado. It's hockey night in Breckenridge. It's Saturday night. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Whiskey Star, Smokehouse, Ollie's Pub and Grub, Outer Range, Breckenridge Brewery, Broken Compass, Angry Games, Breckenridge Distillery, The Clear Brands, Elemental Royalty, Breckenridge Grand Vacations and their Hotel Imperial project, Atlas Identity Management Solutions, New Frontier Communications, KSMT Radio, Jacked Smelling Salts, Bladetech Hockey, and for all those of you watching at home, thank you so much for joining us. We'll have the third period for you in just about 17 minutes. Stay with us. We've got a close one in Mountain Hockey League action. I'm your host, Ricky Battenberg. Thanks for joining us. Right there. Joined in the booth here by Jacob Pollock, goaltender for the Vipers.
Thanks for having me.
What did you think of the second period there, Jacob?
Big step up from what the boys showed us in the first period.
Big step up, definitely from the last game. Fans are sticking around to see how this one turns out. Thank you so much for joining me in the booth.
Quite the view up here.
We've got Mountain Hockey League action coming at you, folks. Thank you so much for joining us here in Breckenridge, Colorado on Saturday night. It's hockey night in Breckenridge. Jacob, anywhere else you'd rather be?
No, enjoying the game, cheering on the guys. I was helping out on the bench as much as I could, but
Hey, thank you so much. We've got 20 minutes remaining, assuming we don't go to overtime. Jacob, can you hear me in your ear there?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Jacob, how long have you lived in Breckenridge?
I haven't. I live in Alma.
Alma, I'm
And
sorry.
It's been about 1 year.
1 year.
I grew up in Denver.
Asenzo in to take the draw. That's controlled by Midtown. That's rimmed around. Sinclair now. Bailey. He'll gain control and flip it into the neutral zone, and high and long, and that's tipped out, so we will not get a penalty. Jacob, did Coach was using your help on the bench?
A little bit.
Then you better get back to the bench, my friend. We got a hockey game to win.
All right,
So
sounds good.
thank you for joining me in the booth. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. And that shot is gloved down by J.R. Engelbert. 19-19 remain in the third period in this contest. Kendall to take the draw in this one-goal hockey game up here in Breckenridge, Colorado. Holiday weekend in Breckenridge. Stands are full. Close one. That's controlled by Gallo. He'll eat it in the corner, send it around for G. He'll send it up for Kendall. Kreider blowing a tire there, unfortunately able to get the puck and shot score. And just like that, the Midtown Mafia make it a 2-goal hockey game once more, with a tidy little 2-on-1 play from Potters. I believe Graham finishes over the glove side of Engelbert, but bang, bang play, and Blankenship, he'll wheel it around. Ozek back to play it. Foster. That's sent the length of the ice. Kozik back to play it once more. He'll leave it for Milwaukee. Milwaukee looking for the pass here. He'll just dish it off, but that's picked off by Blankenship, who is looking for Solaski. But Potter able to pick it off and go the other way. Potter's zone entry shot, that's just wide. That's look down, Vipers will change, no icing. McMullen now. Gain the zone, looking shot and glove. Save, JR. Looking very confident. Picks that one out of the air. keep the Vipers within shouting distance on this Saturday night in Breckenridge. Asenzo, Bailey, and Sabota have the first goal for the Vipers. Out there, shot off the draw. Tricky one, but JR equal to the task. Sabota now for Asenzo. Asenzo, he'll send it in deep. Bailey first to the puck. Ooh, he blows a tire just before the boards. Dangerous play there, but he's able to pick it up still with the puck. Bodie able to shovel it at the net. And Mitch Bailey grimacing a little bit there, but he is a tough customer, folks, let me tell you. Mitch, gonna take more than that to take Mitch Bailey out of a hockey game. Looked like it got tangled up there, still came up with the puck and made a play, shoveled it to Sabota, who fired it on net. Bodie back to Mitch. Oh, that's picked off, and 2-on-1 the other way. Sinclair blew a tire shot, and just like that, it's 5-2. Quick break. Good pass across. Beats JR to the post, and it's 5-2 Mafia. I apologize, folks. 1-9 is not on the roster I was given, so I'm not sure who finished that. He did lead the celebration line there, but nice backhand pass there to extend the lead. 5-2 Mafia. Shots 37-20 in favor of the Mafia. Fourth line for the Vipers. Now only 3 minutes gone. Two quick ones from the Mafia to extend their lead. That's turned over in the high slot. Left for Graham. He'll fire it back to Graham. He'll one-time it. That's rebound in front of the net. Gallo now, he'll retrieve. Gallo gains the zone. Gallo holding on to pucks, and he's hit hard into the boards. Noble now gains control of the puck, looking for help. Shot, that's tipped, gets his own rebound, still a loose puck. And Mafia will go the other way. Graham, he'll move it up for England. England trying to poke that one free, but G gets the better of him, and it goes the other way. Back and forth action. G now, he'll enter the zone. G to the high slot. Shot, that's blocked. Turnover. Foster now. 1-on-3 the other way, but with a lot of speed. Ivory with a good stick there, able to poke that out of trouble. Hawkins. That's sent the length of the ice. Reed now back to retrieve. He'll send it over for G, who banks it up, but nobody home. To the corner. Kendall, good play behind the net to one-man break out there. Skates at the length of the ice all the way down the left side. He fakes the shot, rips it around, tries to wheel the net, and that's blocked before he's able to get it to Bailey. Good play there from Kendall to skate at the length of the ice and create a scoring opportunity. Mafia now. Sogren hard on the forecheck. Blankenship, he'll come up with it. 3-on-2. Blankenship shot, that's eaten up. And offensive zone face-off. 15-12 remain. And this Mafia team out of New York, so dangerous, can't give them too much opportunity as they will bury. Shots 38-20 in favor of the Mafia. That face-off is controlled by McMullen, who'll send it long. McLean now. Hawkins back. Slow things down behind the net. Salaski. Salaski looking for Blankenship. That's just out of his reach. Mafia will look to reload. Broken up in the neutral zone. Viper's doing a better job here jamming up that neutral zone. Here, I'll put it on a tee here for Micah. Micah will send it, oh, Tough turnover there from Sinclair, trying to get a handle on it. And Engelbert breaks his stick over the post. After that turnover from Sinclair left a wide open Blanchett on the doorstep to put that home, and it's 6-2 Mafia. Engelbert obviously frustrated with that turnover. Sinclair giving himself a hard time on the bench. Tough turnover there. Hopefully find a way to move past it and play in the game. That faceoff's one back to Kreider. Kreider, he'll move it to Bailey. Bailey, he'll fire it in. Kozik to the corner. Sabota, first on the puck. Kreider, he'll send it down deep. Heath now will move it just wide, and Mafia gain the zone once more. Part of the forecheck is Mitch Bailey, able to come up with it is Kreider. Or Bodie, who just chips it out. And, oh, 50-50 puck there. Looked like Viper might get a break, but Mafia the other way. And shot drugged to the middle, blocked before it could reach the net. Gallo picks it up. Gallo, he'll find Mitch. Mitch looking to chip it out, but that's gloved down. Potter's able to keep it in a high stick, and we've got a penalty. Delay penalty. Senzo is down. Fans up in arms. Everybody wants to know what happened. I'm not sure if he's leaking or what the call is going to be. Referees are going to compare notes and we'll figure out what happened there, but Potter's going to the box and we're going to get a high stick and it's going to be 2 minutes, so no blood. 13:23 remaining. And a few quick ones from the Mafia have given them a 4-goal lead in this third period. So Vipers have an opportunity, really need to claw their way back into this game, but really need to capitalize on this power play. G, he'll control. G now, he'll wheel the net. G looking for help. G to the high slot. Still holding, shot through a screen. Puck's loose, and no goal. Puck was still loose, but whistled down. Kendall found the loose change and roofed it. Not happy about the whistle. We'll do it again. Kendall. That's stopped at the Gallows, able to fire that one on net. That's tipped just wide. That's sent the length of the ice. JR will move it up to Kendall. Kendall who wheels back. Leave it for Gallo. Gallo for Kreider. Kreider gains the zone. Kreider. He'll wheel off. Kreider will leave it for G. G. Cross seam pass for Gallo. Gallo back across for G, who's able to come up with that. G now in the high slot. He'll fire it. That's just wide. And Kozik will cover. 54 seconds remain, and second power play unit will come over the boards for Coach Bat. Asenzo, Bailey, and Sabota with Sinclair and Hawkins. Face-off controlled by Bailey. Sinclair unable to take that pass that gets through him, so JR out to play it. He'll swing it around for Hawkins. Hawkins now back to Sinclair. Sinclair. Senzo. Senzo. Gain the zone. Throw it to the front of the net. Looking for Bailey. Bailey. Shot, tip, loose change. Kozik able to gobble that one up. 23 seconds remain. My apologies, Sabota in front of the net there. Micah will come over the boards here, placing Sinclair. Faceoff's controlled by Midtown, and they'll send it to the length of the ice. Only 19 seconds remain in the power play opportunity for the Vipers. 11:39 on the clock. Hawkins now will lead the charge. One last gas shot, saved, still loose. Bodie's able to come up with it, and that's sent the length of the ice. That should do it for the power play. We'll be back to 5-on-5 action. Potter out of the box. Reed. Finding some open ice. He'll send it in. And Kozik send it along. Leonard now first to retrieve it. And battling in the corner. It's Leonard and Rhodey. Leonard will come up with it. Not quite. Graham now will find the point. That's moved across. And alone, or Mafia shot, kick save, JR. Noble now. He'll leave it for Bailey. 2-on-3. Bailey from the high slot, shot, rebound. Noble able to get a piece of it, but Kozik still on the doorstep, turns it aside. Noble doing a great job finding the loose change there to put it on net. Bringing something out of nothing. Kreider now, a lot of speed, all by himself, trying to wheel it in. Blankenship, he'll come up with it. Blankenship, nice move over to Selaski. Selaski, he shot, save. Like Kreider was looking for that one on the back door, but never a bad opportunity to shoot it. Selaski fires that one on the short side, and Kozik squeezes it in his armpit to keep the Mafia up by 4. Good pass there from Blankenship. Good patience walking the blue line and finding Selaski with some space. Kreider, he'll pick that pass off. Good shift here from line 3 from the Vipers. Gallo, he'll pick that off, send it over to Micah. Micah. Patiently wheel that one up, but not quite into the zone. And now quick 3-on-2. G will knock that one down into the neutral zone, and 50-50 puck, but Raish was able to knock that one out. Big save from JR. G will take that off the glove, but oh, loose change, and Ricci unable to beat JR. Wheeler now. He'll hold up, looking, finds streaking Mafia in the slot, but nothing to be had there. 8:30 remain. Micah will pick that off, and G just gets a piece of it, so no icing. Senzo, Bailey. Bailey, look, shot, tip, score! Ivory gets a piece of it and roofs it. And it's 6-3, and there's life. Fans love it. Great goal from Mike Ivory to tip that one into the top left corner off the great look from G. Garrett Bailey finding Ivory in the high slot. And Kozik's been tough customer to beat, but that's what's going to take. And Vipers now within 3. Asenzo in to take the draw. That's controlled by the Vipers. Bodie, he'll dump it deep. Asenzo hard on the forecheck. Bailey will come up with it. Bailey around for Asenzo. Asenzo looking in for the slot. He finds shot, big save, Kozik. And Hawkins all alone. I'm sorry, Micah all alone on the doorstep, but Kozak able to step up and stop that one. Loose change in front of the net. That's chipped along. You can hear the fans willing their Vipers to come back and get back in this game. Kendall, he'll wheel the net. Kendall. Skate the length of the ice, end to end, back through the slot, but broken up. Definitely could feel the pace has picked up as we have approached the 7 minutes remaining in this contest on the weekend. Gallo. That's picked off. Sogren looking for G. Graham's able to break that up, and Midtown reloads. Good defensive play there. Kreider able to poke that in the corner, gains control, gets it to Ivory. Ivory over to G. G now. He'll sauce one through the slot. Kreider's able to pick it up. Kreider, he'll chip it along. Kreider now gains the slot shot. Just wide. Sorry, just off the blocker. And that sent the length of the ice. And that's going to be an icing. So Mafia unable to change, and we'll get fresh leg out here for the Vipers with 6:08 remaining. Shots now 29-41, still in favor of the Mafia, but you can definitely feel the momentum has shifted in favor of the Vipers. Again, we are at quite an altitude, highest altitude rink in North America, so late in games here, these can be big difference makers. Blankenship's able to tip that, gain control. Blankenship behind the net. He wraps around, tries to shove it in. Almost beat Kozak to the post, but Kozak covers that one up. Blankenship with a nifty play there around the net. Almost jammed it in on the short side. Sogren. Zalaski hard on the forecheck there, just causing all kinds of chaos here for Mafia. That shot is tipped, big rebound, shot, big save from Asenzo. Sogren now. And Potter, sorry, Ricci the other way. But Hawkins is there. Oh, and that's picked off. Hawkins, he'll hold up. He'll find Mitch Bailey in the neutral zone. Mitch Bailey trying to leave a little area pass there for Asenzo. Board pass just out of the reach of Foster. That's sent down, and Mitch got a piece of that so that we won't have an icing. He'll be first on the puck. Mitch looking for help, holds up, and that's just deflected, so that'll go the length of the ice. 4:48 remain in the game. Micah back to retrieve. Micah will leave it for Kendall. Reloads. Kendall for Mitch. Mitch sends it. And Vipers are pulling their goaltender to go 6-on-5 here, down by 3. Leonard. Vipers pulling their goaltender down by 3. Coach Matt looking to create some offense. And that's shot just wide. Kreider now. For Gallo. G will come up with it. G. For Ivory. Ivory looking for Kendall, but couldn't get a hold of it. And now Gallo will knock it down. Again, no goaltender in the net for the Vipers here. And selling out is a Senzo to Kreider now. He'll retrieve. That's tied up in the corner. And he beat the clock. Gallo. Gallo to G. G, he'll bank pass up looking for, that's gonna be offside, so they'll have to reload. Gallo back to retrieve. Gallo to Kendall. Kendall, he'll wind it in with lots of speed into the high slot. Kendall, he reloads, looking to set up a sauce pass to the slot. That's wound around to G. G to Senzo, who shoots. That's just gloved aside. That's sent to like the ice. That's going to be an icing. And that's going to be an icing. 2:31 remain. And no change allowed for the Mafia. Face-off so important here. Shots now 32-41. Senzo in to take the draw with G, Mitch Bailey, Sinclair, Micah, and Kendall. G, he'll swim it around. Mitch Bailey first on the puck. Sinclair, he'll fire it, tip, that's save, rebound, save. Kozik gobbles it up. 2:17 remain. Shots now 33-41. Vipers putting all kinds of pressure on trying to climb their way back into this game. But 3 goals, a long way to go here. Mitch Bailey. G first on the puck. That's sent around. Reed, he'll send it down along the boards for Asenzo. Asenzo trying to wheel it around for Sinclair. Sinclair back down. And Mitch Bailey will come up with that. Mitch Bailey looking for Kendall. Kendall for G. G looking for Senzo in the middle, but that's broken up. And Mafia able to control. They'll flip it out, but not out. And that one gets out. Diving effort, but looking for a little unselfish play there, but that's broken up. Mitch Bailey now, 1:20 remain. Mitch Bailey looking for Kreider. Kreider, he'll rim it around for G. Ivory hard on the puck. That's flipped out to center to Leonard. Leonard, he'll bank it off for Mitch. Mitch. Spencer for G. Wheels it around, 50 seconds remain. Gallo. He'll look for Sabota, who fires it. Tipped. Puck's still loose. Puck's still loose. Behind the net, Bodie now shoveled. Puck's still loose. And Vipers shoveling at it, but still can't find a way to make that go. And finally, the Mafia, after 4 minutes of 6-on-5, are able to put that one home. Gotta commend the effort of the Vipers, fighting to the very last end there, but Ricci able to put that one home. I apologize, maybe that was Foster who was able to put that one home, bring the score to 7-3. Engelbert goes back to the net. 26 remain in this Saturday night contest, exhibition match. First two times these teams have met. Soft controlled by the Vipers. Thank you so much for joining us at home and around the world. One last thank to our all the sponsors that make this possible, all the fans that make it out here. Get your tickets, stream, and merch at breckvipers.com. Follow the Mountain Hockey League standings and the quest for the Clear Cup. These exhibition matches are worth 1 point, and Clear Cup qualifying teams are worth 3 points. The Vipers will travel to Texas next weekend to play against the Mansfield Barracudas for a 6-point weekend. So hopefully they can bounce back after 2 tough losses here in Breckenridge. Fought to the very end. Got to commend the jump and very good hockey team here. Thank you to the Midtown Mafia for making the trip to Breckenridge. And very complete hockey team, good hockey game, very entertaining. Ollie, happy birthday, my friend. Hey, thank you so much for being in the booth. Hey, folks, thanks so much for joining us at home. We will be back to you on January 31st to see the Vipers face off against the Ducks on that Saturday night at the end of the month. I'm your host, Ricky Battenberg. Thanks for joining us for Mountain Hockey League action. We'll see you next time.